Hey, what's up, everybody? Um, Long time no see. Let me do this real quick. I don't have the good camera pulled out right now, so y'all are gonna have to bear with us. We're probably gonna go without a camera today, um, which is okay because I got a lot of stuff to show you, so it'll be all right. Skilo, I liked your comment up here. I saw it a little bit ago. It said, let me find it. Said, "Dang it, Cam," or something. Now I'm gonna have to get the slides. I thought it was funny. Yeah, y'all don't have to feel pressured to get any of the merch or anything. It's there if you want to. If not, it's all good. Alex here too. She's just off camera right there. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm here. I probably won't get to be here very long because I've got to take our daughter to gymnastics here in just a little bit, but I'm here for a short time.
Thank you, Mama Bear. Thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate it. How have you guys been? I hope well. Yeah, this is the camera on the computer. I just don't have everything set up on it right now. See who and all's in here. Thank y'all for being patient as we had our little break for a few days, spend time with our family and our kids and stuff, and it's needed from time to time. Hey, Supergirl. Hey, Tink My Bell. Hey, Stardust. Laced in Chains Lindsay. Blue Moon. Beautifully Broken. Miss Nor, hello. Reese's Place. Kimberly Brummett, hello. Millie RM, Music City Mom. Prissy Missy. Bama Fan 1. Pitbull Mama. And Hannah Rose, if I haven't already said that. Desiree, hello. Yeah, and guys, people that won that merch, it's going to be shipped out very soon. Desiree, I got yours. You're getting the shirt that I wore in that live stream. I'm sending you that one personally. There it goes. Oh my god, I need the slides now. That's the one I was talking about. Truth Seek 45 Truth Seeker. If we knew that summer didn't make home, we could roll out several theories. True. Okay. Teresa Mills and Shayna Santa Cruz. Trying to make sure I don't skip anybody, but thank y'all for being here. We appreciate it. Sailor 70, thank you. Jill Gallinati, thank you. Bella. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate y'all so much. All right, so I'm going to turn this off and we're going to get to what I was going to share with y'all. So, this right here. I just ate that hamburger, babe. Sorry. Hopefully, y'all can hear me clearly. Anyway, so this is the video. If y'all haven't seen this, this is why we're going to go over this. Have y'all seen this video? Let me full screen this. You go back over here and see what y'all are saying. Have y'all seen this? You have? All right, so I've got some info in on this. And I'm not sure JLR was aware of it or this guy right here. But have you heard, y'all have heard us talk about a search area that we haven't been able to talk much on. Well, this is the place we were at. I'm going to show y'all some stuff right here, actually. Which one? No, I didn't. I don't want to miss anybody. Sorry about that. I can't see it.
It's on up there.
No, I showed it. I went all the way to the top. Let me make sure. There. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Leslie Densley Watkins. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to skip by you. I didn't see it. It's probably when I was on the other screen there. Anyway, so I wanted to this area, we're gonna watch a little bit of this, and like I said, we're not gonna do all of it. It's just, hey, Angel, how you doing? Angel talks too fast. Y'all make sure you go over there and check our channel out too. If one of my mods would be so kind to put her link in the description, please, I greatly appreciate it. Or put a link in the chat, my bad, not the description. Blah. Anyway, I'm just going to show a little bit of this because I am just doing it under fair use. We're going to do it under education because I'm going to try to educate some people on this area right here. So when do you think the best part of this would be to show first? The beginning or probably?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because I want to make sure. I'll take a blue name. Cracking cases. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this area right here, we searched last year, and I'm going to show you some proof to that because I've got some pictures on my phone, and where I have an iPhone, it tells where that picture was taken and when it was taken at, or what, where and what date and everything. So I'll be able to show that. Thank you, Mother Hen. I appreciate that so much. Thank you guys so much.
I wonder. Hold on, let me see. If we did a live one of those days. I know that one of the days that we were searching this particular property was the day that it was our daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
So
this area, so to be more clear, let me do it this way. So let me full screen me real quick. I'm going to pull this up and just show y'all ahead of time before we go any farther. All right. So this picture right here, hopefully y'all can see it. It's just, all this shows is just brush and the woods and stuff. Let me see if I can get that to.
He did one October 12th. It was the first time we showed the picture of the snake eating the frog.
I hope it's going to, I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see if I can turn my screen. Is that a little better? Okay. Okay, good. So this was taken October 11th, 2021, if you can see that there. Now I'm going to click on this, and hopefully y'all can see this little road right here on the other side here. This little road right there, the white line coming in, that is Light Hollow Road. Can you see that? Okay. And again, that picture was taken October 11th, 2021. Now I'm going to show you a little better. That's showing that road right there, and you see the location of where the picture was taken, right? So let me do this real quick. This will be a little better. Now, if y'all can't see, if I miss y'all, I'll be on a different page right here for a second. So, well, I have to show something real quick. Okay. Hold on, let me pull this up now. And maps. Okay. I'll share the screen. All right. Okay. Let's see if that's sharing. Y'all can see that. I'm going to show you exactly where that picture was taken to exact, like the maps and what area we're talking about. Okay. Now this is the area that was searched on the summerwells. This ties to the summerwells case. If anybody is not clear on their first time watching. Put that in. Now let me put the terrain. So the area that we're talking about is right here. Yeah, I already got that. Okay. All right, this is Light Hollow Road. At the beginning of this video, you'll see this area right here. You will see that this is where we were talking about. Now, if you heard where Scott H was talking about that Nita Diver had went and Frank Light was there and he had cussed them while they were there, this is the church that Scott H was talking about. This is called the House of Prayer. This is the place where Frank Light was staying. This trailer right here. Okay. Now, go back up here. You could see that this is Light Holler. That was that line in the picture that I showed. And, there. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of where we're talking about right there. Okay. Now this is Light Holler Road. Keep that in mind. All right. And just to show you again where I just showed you that, just so you're clear, so it makes sense. Same area where the picture is, where the screen is, or where the frame is with the picture. That's where I was in comparison to the end of Light Holler Road. All right. Makes sense. And that also, again, that picture right there was taken October 11th, 2021, 12:02 p.m. All right. Moving on. No, the Brandon guy, I do not know who he is. And now he said he had only lived there for 8 months. And
so let's see, October. It's been 8 months exactly.
8 months exactly. So
it's almost July, so
yeah,
9 months. So maybe he moved there right after. I don't know.
Right. So we don't know. Now, was he just not privy to us being out there? I don't know. But there's a thing that he brings up about investigators coming out there. There's a reason they were probably out there. And we're going to watch a little bit of this, and I'm going to fill you into that. Because either he just missed us, but he makes some very key points. And I want y'all to listen to this. He talks about him and his cousins riding motorcycles, being on motorcycles.
His cousin and his friend, I think is how he worded it. They like to ride motorcycles back there.
And if you followed us for a while, you've heard us tell a story of when we were on a search about the people on motorcycles that scared us.
Yes.
This is where we were at.
Us, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, CSI, I don't know. So, but I know the people that he's referring to as his cousins because we spoke to them after they scared us to death, and it was a very, very intense moment. And yeah, he is packing heat right there. But I'm going to tell you, we've talked about some, we talked about something that we had that was found on the search, and that we told these people not to touch it, make sure to not mess around with it till law enforcement was on their way to come get it. And when law enforcement got it, there was dirt bikes had been rode all over it. That should correlate. I hope this makes sense. If y'all have heard us talk about this for a long time, that's what we're talking about. Now, there is a big reason why things like these areas are not talked about. And I want to be very clear why these areas are not talked about.
Right.
If people know these areas, if say the person whoever it is, or whoever might be responsible for Summer's disappearance knows that these areas have been cleared, then that gives, people have to be very careful. That's why
you just can't say, you don't want to tell locations. There's not a way to say this that doesn't sound terrible, but if a person is connected to a crime and say they have something that would incriminate them, whether that be, a weapon, a body, anything, if they have something that would incriminate themselves, if they know that an area has been searched already and cleared, then they could take whatever evidence that they have and move it to that
those
location.
Areas, because they feel if it's already been searched and nobody's going to be back out there, that gives people, an idea to go take something there that might not be found. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already been closed. So it's very, 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 very.
And I want to CSI. I want to address this because we've gotten multiple questions about that since this video was put out. No, this is not the land that campsite was found on. This is not even.
So should I pull the map up?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so
This is not the same area.
I will show you that in comparison to where we're talking about the campsite. And I've showed this before. So, all right. This is the area that we're talking about now. I want to put that there. Okay. That's the area we're talking about now. This is where campsite is that we located.
The porta potties in the middle of nowhere was kind of creepy, though. Yep, and they got searched.
Yeah. No, actually, right there.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device, so try restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in. Wait 30 seconds.
Alexa.
Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the Echo device.
What in the world?
Wow. Okay. Here, take that. So Alexa felt like it was time to talk about the internet, and I don't know why that happened. So this is on Ben Hill Road. This is right off of, okay, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Right here is where the campsite was that we located.
General location.
General location, okay? So that's a big, big difference. Now let me look at the chat here. So that's not the same one. Let's see here. What do you mean? Little Boston? What do you mean? How come you don't mention locations? Because it's very important not to. Because people then, it's not locations, it's areas that have been searched and cleared that you don't talk about.
Well, and like with this campsite, you don't want to tell locations because, like exact locations, because if somebody is involved with something and they see that you found something of theirs, then they will know that you are kind of onto them, I guess you could say. Or, I mean, there's just multiple different reasons that you don't want to talk about things that you find on a search, areas that you search, just all of it.
Right. The footprints, Jennifer Robinson. Is that what you're asking about? Okay. Well, I'll have the map up. I'll just show you real quick. So these are the general areas of the footprints. Here is one. Here is the other one. So this is Summer's house right here. Set of footprints, scent, no scent trail. Set of footprints, scent, no scent trail. Okay. This is this area that was searched over here. This is the end of Light Hollow. This is where he's talking about. All right. Okay. So, anyway. No, who said what? Talking. It's an inside joke about the fourth wall she's talking about. Okay. All righty. Yes, exactly. Yes. Michelle Sutherland. Yes, it would be messing with evidence. Mess with nothing. Exactly. Hold on one second, guys. I think somebody just knocked on my door. Let me check something out real quick. Hold on one second. Let me mute this one second. For a minute.
Okay, so he had to go and answer that real quick. So let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I seen that Dave Rader talks about the locations. That, I mean, I don't know. We just feel, and we were taught that that's just not good, a good thing to do. And it makes sense to me why you don't want to talk about it. Like I said, that could really be detrimental if somebody knows, especially if people are paying attention. Like, and you would assume that if somebody's guilty and the case is being talked about a lot, that they are going to be paying attention. So,
sorry about that.
You just don't want to let them know of any places that are cleared or anything like that. It's just not good form, in my opinion.
All right. So I guess the best thing to do right now is, yeah, it isn't good to give out that information whatsoever. But now that they've brought this up, I'm not saying anything bad about the other creator. He didn't know to not talk about this area. So I can't throw shade on that for that. He didn't know, and I don't know who this guy is that's out there, but he's talking about certain things. I don't know. He needs to be very careful. Now, I did leave a comment on the other creators' comments under this video. I don't know if he said anything back, but I just wanted to try to keep him up to date to what we were, about that area, and that we had definitely 100% been down there and searched that area. Now I've got a slides put together to show you guys, but I think it's good that we cover just what was said and what we're talking about here. So let me pull that back up and show. Okay.
What's your dog's name? I love dogs. I got a cat. They're lying. They're lying. There's no way one can a child wander off from their hill. No.
She ain't.
You see? But you got a nice spot. Like I've always wanted to get a home in the back, in a back road, no traffic.
Dude, I'd look. Even like them old houses, me and my dad get bad vibes.
What is that?
It's a church, bro.
Oh, people come here for church?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah, this is the church in the woods.
Oh, that is.
All right, that right there is the house of prayer that we've been talking about, that I just showed you on the map.
And when we went back there, we were like, wait, that's a church?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like a church. And
it's very small.
Very small.
It's now, this is a place too that we've talked about, that you hear us say that Dawn said that we said that online.
When did you say that?
I don't think so.
No, you haven't.
Well, Dawn was familiar with this
Dawn
pastor.
was familiar with that pastor and that church. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see back here if you can see it. I don't think you can. But no, maybe not. Hold on. We'll just continue to play. Hold on 1 second. Let me push play.
It's a church, bro.
Oh, people come here for church?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah, this is the church in the woods.
Oh, that is like totally cool. I never seen anything like that.
But I'm gonna show you something. Right down here, there's more. I'm just gonna say this. There's more fucking land in Hall. I'm not from here.
Yeah.
I'm from Indiana. I've been down here 3 years now. And my family owns that next door. I saw ginseng hunting this. When I heard she's missing, dude, I've been looking.
Oh, so you went out here yourself?
Yeah, I'm the only one. Look, nobody comes out here. You know what I mean? Like, literally. I've seen them cops. They come this way one day, like 6 of them, and I had a gun. I got my gun out, and I was like, Lucy, no. And because they snuck up on me. And then they had
only been living there 8
Right.
months.
That's a good point. Allie just pointed something out. So he said when she first went missing,
He said when I found out she was missing.
he immediately went out here and searched. But he's only been here 8 months, right?
That's what he said.
By his own words. He said he's only been there 8 months. So how could he have went out here and searched when she first went missing?
Yeah, if he wasn't living there.
If he wasn't living there. Now, I'm just saying these are good questions for this individual right here. And I think law enforcement should be aware of this right here and should take a look. No, that's not a purse, Izzy thought. That's a firearm he's carrying. Which is, he's got a MERS. So, y'all find that strange? Hopefully y'all heard that. I thought he said 2 or 3 years. No. Should we go back and listen at the beginning?
I don't know. I was just going by what you said, that he said 8 months.
Okay, we'll go back and listen right here.
And there's others that do the same thing, but there's others that say, no, you can't come on the...
People speculate.
Yeah. Does it go to it? Is this a dead end?
No. Look, it's
Here.
And looking for summerwells. Did authorities come back here at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
So when did they come back? When was the last time they were here?
dude, it's been. When's the last time they was here looking for Summers, Ma? If anybody's looking for Summers, they're more than welcome to. We can give anybody permission
Really?
to look at anything.
Yeah, we're trying to find her. You know, it's been a year now.
Look, brother. Look, I wish I knew for sure they're her parents.
You know her parents?
No, but that's just what people speculate.
Yeah. Does it go to it? Is this a dead end?
No, look, it's a dead end here, but
Yeah.
look, right over here is a pond, and right across this is where they live, dude.
Oh, they live right over there.
Yeah, like there's, you know what I mean?
Hi.
It's
Look.
a different holler. I don't remember you from YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm looking for Summer.
Yes.
Looking for Summer. Looking like I just came down this road because I saw it like a mile away from their road.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
you can cross this mountain right here, and you can be in, unfortunately, Fred Hill's backyard.
Fred Hill's backyard.
Yeah. Hey, and it's like, even when the cops come, I try to tell them, I said, dude, I know, because I ginseng, I hunt.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I know spots like, hey, and I showed them, they didn't even know where that holler was by that pond there.
Who didn't? The authorities?
The authorities, no, there's another.
Did they search back here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
did search, but it was when Equisearch was down here.
Yep.
How long ago was that?
Gosh, that's been
6 months or so.
probably.
So where they all came, drove here, and then just parked and then
Yeah,
looked?
they searched 2 different times. One time they parked down here, and the
Yeah.
other time they walked in. So
Because some people don't give them permission, this and this, and we're like, hey, my uncle owns, her and her brother owns all this, and my uncle lives next door. We give anybody permission to anything, anybody.
Thank you, Jackie Chase.
That's good. See that we need kind neighbors like you guys and others, and there's others that do the same thing, but there's others that say no, you can't come on the property.
Bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Look, anybody don't know about this kid is a
I agree. I agree.
Hold on, I want to look at something real quick. Okay, yeah, so he said he's lived there for 2 or 3 years, but he lived in a different holler. Okay. I just want to make sure we just go on what we had heard so far. Thank y'all for pointing that out, but I want to look at something real quick. So he says Fred Hill's backyard. Unfortunately, we're going to look at something real quick. So to come out of this area, Limestone Branch. Now to come through this mountain pass right here. So when you get back here, go straight through. This is Ben Hill Road. Let's look. Okay, yeah, that's Fred Hills right here. Correct line. Accurate. You see that, babe?
What?
That's Fred Hills.
Mhm.
Now look to that row.
Right.
Straight on. Okay, good. This is the big pond he's talking about back here, the one that he was referencing. And then he says there's a big pond, and then that's where Summer Wells lives. Big pond, and then her house right there. Okay.
And we have a picture that we'll show you later of another pond that is not that pond.
Right. Exactly.
So.
All right.
We've been out here handing out flyers. We've been out here just.
can I have one of those?
Yes. You can.
Hey, Mr. Hart, you got a minute?
Yeah.
I could shut.
Yeah. You mind if I like video and?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me come. Let me come up.
When it comes to sleeping
All
in
right.
the park, anyway.
All right. Thank you, man. And this is good. We're gonna go search.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I got a little girl. I'm telling you, I would kill 10 motherfuckers.
I agree, bro. I agree. Thank you.
If I was dead, hey, I would be walking around with a shotgun. I'd be. Put me in the insane asylum, bro.
What's your dog's name?
Lucy.
I love dogs. I got a cat.
That's what I'm saying. None of us believe. None of us believe John and Candace, dude.
They're lying.
They got
There's
their-
lying. There's no way. One can
No
a
way.
child wander off from their hill.
No way.
No.
Patty, nobody's saying he don't have the right to carry out his own search and interviews. I applaud him. I just was covering the fact that this guy that lives out there said this area hadn't been searched by more, a bunch of times. And we went out there on one of our searches, and I shared that, the pictures of when it was October 11th of 2021
And 12.
and the 12th. It took us 2 days to cover this whole area. That's what we were talking about. So yeah, he absolutely does. Nobody's talking ill against him for doing this. We're just covering, different parts that we might not be clear on through this. Because we haven't talked about this area because we've been very careful, because there's reasons why we didn't talk about this area. And we kind of went over why we didn't talk about it just a minute ago. But I'm going to keep playing this just for a minute because there's an important part I have to go over with y'all.
You see? But you got a nice spot. Like I've always wanted to get a home in the back, in a back road, no traffic.
Dude, I've looked. Even like them old houses, me and my dad get bad vibes.
What is that?
It's the church, bro.
Oh, people come here for church?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah, this is the church in the woods.
Oh, that is like totally cool. I never seen anything like that.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Right down here, there is more. I'm just gonna say this. There is more fucking land in Hall. I'm not from here.
Yeah.
I'm from Indiana. I've been down here 3 years now. And my family owns that next door. I saw ginseng hunting this. When I heard she's missing, dude, I've been looking.
Oh, so you went out here yourself?
Yeah, I'm the only one. Look, nobody comes out here. You know what I mean? Like literally. I've seen them cops. They come this way one day, like 6 of them, and I had a gun. I got my gun out, and I was like, Lucy, no, and because they snuck up on me, and then they had our address that they was the sheriff's department. This. But look,
Did they ask for permission to come?
No,
They
nope,
just
nope.
came.
And then he was a prick. I said, hey, well, if you need, there's porta potties that was down here, and I showed them because they seen on drones or something where some structures was, right?
Yeah.
So I said, dude, I'll take you to where I know where everything is around here. I'm the only one that gets out in the woods. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There ain't nobody. What I'm gonna say is this though, bro. There's spots up in these hollers, in these hills where trees fall over. Like I'm building my kid a fucking clubhouse. Right, my kid's over here.
Mm-hmm.
A clubhouse. If a tree, dude, if that dude, all he had to do is right over. If you cross and come down over there, there's goalies. There's all these goalies. You see what I'm saying? And these hollers. But right, if you keep going all the way straight, dude, I found a blanket down there.
Can we keep going?
Well,
go?
yeah, we can go
Let's
anywhere
go.
you want,
Let's
bro.
go. Let's
Anywhere you want to go. Good. And
So this is like on the edge of.
All right. He talks about a blanket right there. He found a blanket down here and all that. All right. There was this one. Now I believe that he might be referring to one that was underneath the dirt. When we were out searching, we were able to pull it out. It was rooted. It looked like a rock.
It literally looked like a big rock, and it was on the bank of the creek, and it looked just like a rock that would be on the side of a creek bank. And one of the people we were searching with, happened to look at it and say, no, that's not a rock, and started to, how do I say
to uproot it,
yeah.
because it was way older. It was very, very old.
Very old.
But
and
I think
that's when we realized that it was a blanket. So yeah.
Yeah. So there's just a lot. Just pay very close attention to things he's saying, okay? And it might, okay, he said also about the porta potty stuff. For me, I know if you've been following us a while, you've heard us talk about porta potties, and we had to search those. This would be where we're talking about. As the holler turns. Okay.
Fred Hill's property.
No. Fred's is like back here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My gun out in case there's a snake or something.
Yeah.
I shot Copperhead like 3 days ago.
Hello, Lucy.
Yeah, she's all right. And she just follows me everywhere I go. She's a good dog. But look,
Dude, I appreciate this because a lot of people just want, you know how many people care for Summer out there?
dude, hey, look. My mom is obsessed with watching this shit on YouTube and everything, and it makes me cry.
And you guys are local.
Yes, hey. Nobody comes and talks to us, dude. They don't even know about these hollers and shit.
Dude, that's exactly what I said at the beginning, because I was filming down this road. What's this road called? Light Holler.
Good.
So that right there, that statement is the reason that we're talking about this, because he said nobody knows about these hollers. That's not true. They've been searched. This particular one, at least, and it's been searched multiple times.
Right.
So that's why we wanted to talk about it. It wasn't that we were angry because because JLR went out there and he was talking about it. We wanted to just say, no, that guy was not correct when he said that.
Yeah, and listen, we're nobody's throwing shade on him. I give him kudos for what he's doing.
Absolutely.
For going out and trying as much as he is and being out there. Nobody's talking about JLR for that. Nobody's saying anything wrong for that. We just, these are a lot of things that people were actually getting mad at us about early on that we couldn't, because we didn't talk about it, and we said we couldn't talk about it. I guess is the reason why people didn't think people were doing anything. But these were the areas that were searched early on, days at a time, and just wanted to make sure it's clear that that everybody knows that these areas were searched early on, and they were 2 days, 3 days at a time, going over in fine detail, because it is a wide area and a big area. That's what we're talking about. No, this is not meant for any other reason, but just to show certain things that we wanted to bring up that thought that would be pertinent to talk about.
And I was like, I haven't heard anyone search Light Holler. You got to keep in mind, if Summer was taken from the parent, Don, and put her in the truck, or Candace, they would go to another road near their home, and try to dump her, possibly.
I can go flat-foot, barefoot, and go up the side of these hills. I've never seen investigators or cops trail these sides of these hills. Back here, I've never seen them trail. You know what I mean? You know what? They walk these paths, and then try to figure out where things are. I try to tell them a couple times, hey. And then they're like, well, when did you find out about look? I'm telling you right now. People around here, when it comes to babies, dude, I'm telling you right now, on everything I stand for, if I know a child molester or somebody, look. Oh, you don't know.
Bro, I understand. And not only that, but like Don Wells was like, oh, it's meth dealers and everything like that. People, even if you did drugs, right? Drug dealers don't do stuff to kids.
Look,
nobody does stuff to kids.
Everybody down here don't want that no problem with no nothing, dude. That is, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. That they know. There's somebody up, Don Candace, or one of them know what happened. I know those school dudes, if they didn't have long to live, they'd burn their house down. If my baby was missing, dog, I wouldn't have a home left. I'd be walking around with a shotgun.
Every day looking.
Look, I would be freaking the fuck out, bro. I wouldn't stop crying. I cry more than probably Don. I've seen him cry on camera, which I know camera can make people look like fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know TV, internet, but I'm just saying this. I tried to they brought divers, and I said, yeah, hey, we got a pond back here. Hey, I still look for it. Every time I'm out here, dude, I look for any kind.
So what are you looking for? Like clothing?
Anything, yes. I found a blanket like right here, and I showed them the investigators. I left it there. So, dude, me and my girlfriend, we ginseng hunt last year.
Go, Lucy.
And I had a little spot on the path.
The beeping is JLR's side. He beeped out the cussing, I think.
Back here, you see what I'm saying? And there's another guy that patrols this. Look at all this. Tell me you couldn't hide something. Somebody.
Now let me show y'all something.
Exactly.
Now let me show y'all something. He's talking about over there and saying that those areas on the side of the creek weren't searched. Now I want to show y'all a little something here. This is from, I believe, right exactly where he's pointing at, to tell you the truth. Give me 1 second. This right here, guys, is kind of what we're dealing with. This is a path and a trail that goes up into the mountain, just to give you an idea of what we are working with and working through. That video right there is, I got cut across that little creek right there, went over there, and that's what it looks like on both sides. They go up on into the hollers up on both sides there. That's actually where I took that, and I thought, like, right where they stopped when I was watching this video, I asked Alice, isn't that the place that I took that one video? And she was like, yeah, I think it is. Here we go. Now you can see over there across, you have to cross a creek, and it is very thick. I'm glad that he is showing this, because look how thick this is.
And of course,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and of course, when we were there, it was in the fall, and it was still pretty thick, even in the fall.
Yeah, you saw that right there. I got some slides to go over here in just a second.
And I haven't seen not one person. Yeah, this year I'm gonna be on this side. I'll be looking everywhere.
So you haven't seen one authorities or nobody?
No, I seen them walk down this path, and they ran into me, and we about had an incident.
Why? Because you just didn't know who they were?
Yeah, exactly. I said, hey, you're trespassing on private property. And then they're like, oh, the one in front stuttered and was like, oh, called 3 or 4 more. And then they told me that it was a cop. And I tried to do like what we're doing. I said, hey, I know where that holler is. I'll show you. And the one cop didn't want me to go with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. And I understand that people don't want, you know what I mean? But look, man,
It's a child.
dude, all my fucking life, dude, I got 4 kids. I'm telling
Breeze, no, I've never met Brandon before. This guy. Now we talked to some people. He's getting ready to talk about that right now, and this will give y'all a key of what, give y'all an idea of what we've been talking about, the people on the motorcycles. Just listen for just a second.
Well, right before you do that, Skilo asked, are we talking about with porta potties? Are we talking about like the kinds, like, the blue ones, or outhouses? Outhouses is basically.
Well, no, these were porta potties that were pulled up in there.
Well, yeah,
they were
there was
porta
some, but then
potties.
there was also the outhouses.
They were porta potties. They were like the on job site Johnnies that were up there.
But there was also outhouses out there.
Where?
Remember?
An outhouse would be something outside the house built in wood.
Oh my God!
Don't you have pictures?
No, none of those.
I don't know. I thought they were all job site Johnnies, because I had to go in them and search them.
There was some that were actual outhouses.
Okay.
I promise you, 100%.
On the other side of that pond, there was one on this trail that you'll see.
Yes.
Walking back through here, and then there's some up there by that pond.
Mm-hmm.
They were of the ones you pull back there, the plastic ones, because I went in them and searched them.
I know we did a couple. Me and somebody else looked in a couple that were outhouses.
Okay. Hold on, we'll keep playing.
right now, anybody that takes women or children, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, I really appreciate this. Seriously, like, and people are going to appreciate a neighbor like yourself having so much concern for a child.
Look, dude, I wish, but the thing is okay. Down here, people are a little different. You know what I'm saying? We're not all drug users or drug dealers. We're just not very we take pride in having our privacy and having, you know what I mean?
It's a generational community too, right? Like,
right. And it's like this. There ain't no bullshit ever happens like this down here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And now this shit happens. And I know some old timers, dude. I know a couple old timers. I swear to God.
So no cornbread mafia or that crazy talk.
No, dude. Look, that's all fucking bullshit. There's real motherfuckers, and then there's these fucking stupid motherfuckers. And we're just good old boys about working, fishing, having our land to our, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers over there, they ain't even from here anyways.
Yeah, they're from Arkansas and Utah.
Hey, ask around. They ain't been no fucking Tennessee.
Yeah, he only came here for his mom.
Missing. You know what I mean? I was born in Indiana, but all my family is from Tennessee and Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, I want to show you some shit right here. This is where it crosses over. Sorry. I'll get a weed eater. I'll get a full roll. Dude, anything I can assist somebody that wants to look.
I want to find her.
Dude, look. I can get any resources right across here. David Bays is my father-in-law. He owns the property right next to Fred and him. You know what I mean? And them motherfuckers, they said they found bones and shit up there. There was a dog shot up there. Oh, yeah, somewhere.
Thank you.
That was it. And they said they found bones, this and this. Well, what is that? I don't know. It looks like it. But, well, right through here, like that's what I'm saying, dude. Right over here is Ben Hill Road. If you keep coming back to here, there's an old logging road back through here, bro.
Oh, there's there.
Yeah, like right here, there's a porta potty. Where's it at? They look in it, da da da. Ow, God bless it. Look, if I was going to do something, where is that fucking porta potty at? Right there.
Oh, porta potty.
That's a structure right there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Just no matter what, be careful. Watch your feet for snakes, dog.
Yeah.
I just shot one a few days ago. This is a porta potty. I hunted in it last year.
Why is that porta potty here?
Dude, her brother worked for a place, and there's 3 of them on this property. They gave them to him, and he took them.
Who's he?
Archie.
Archie.
Yeah. This is like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
what were they building back here? Or they just put porta potties back here?
No, he got to take them home for free.
Oh,
so
okay.
he used them as hunting blinds, and like over at our pond over there, there's one over there, and that's for people, they camp and shit and da da da. So I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you something.
Where are we going?
If I don't know where this goes exactly.
You want to go look? Can we? Are we allowed?
Look,
Yeah.
Back here,
Yeah.
If we get stopped or something, we just say, we was out looking for summer. And
yeah, and I'm the press too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about do you know any of the other do you know Fred Hill?
I know him. Yeah.
Is he? I mean, what's the deal with him? We're hearing a lot of rumors about him. Good or
I'm
bad?
gonna tell you the deal with him right now is this. Like I said, some people. But look, even like it's another holler. There's certain people. There's normal people. There's law enforcement. You know what I mean? Some of these people are very. Hey, they might have a hot plant or make a little liquor or something, and so we ain't on the same teams. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to this little girl, I don't give a fuck, dude. But I'm just saying this. Fred usually hears gossip about what's going on. I'm not going to say he's not right, but I'm saying a lot of things he's not right. You know what I mean?
His name is getting thrown out there. I'm sure he sees it.
Well,
but every neighbor.
Did he say the part about his cousins on the motorcycles? Let me see what y'all have to say. Let me see if y'all heard that. Make sure that I didn't miss it. Breathe. Thank you. No problem. No, he hasn't said that yet. Okay, good. I just want to make sure I didn't miss. I was talking to Allison.
Their names
Look,
getting thrown
that's
out.
why people don't want to talk and say shit. It's like this. Over this little girl, on everything I stand for. My name is Brandon Clark. I will take and do anything, show you everything I know. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying?
You're awesome. Brandon, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon, you're awesome.
Because I got 4 kids. They're in Indiana. And
But
I hate motherfucking fucking molesters, child, fucking children. Oh, they don't want to come around me.
so you just live with your mom?
Yeah, my stepmom. Yeah.
Stepmom. Yeah, she said she saw me on YouTube.
Yep.
You know, I've been posting a lot about this case. Like I've interviewed. I talked to a neighbor yesterday. I don't know his name offhand. He owns property on Ben Hill, and he was just like, you know, he's saying the same thing. Don and Candace are guilty.
Yep.
For sure. He's like, none of the neighbors. He was talking about Jody Sue and the Bernards, that they're good people. The Bernards were.
I don't look. Yep. Look. I don't know even none of them. I know David Bays. I got friends up and down the street too. None of us associate with them. None of us know them. I know Chad Arnold and Billy. They do that. When Dawn said that Bill was there fucking with children or somebody was there fucking children, that's all a lie. I know Bill. We call him Wild Bill. Dude, that's a lie. So the first thing I know is this. Dawn is lying about.
I believe he is related to the lights.
Bill and Chad went up there, and because I rode my motorcycle by there and seen lights, and they'd be drinking and partying. I never stopped there in my whole life. Never been up on the hill. I know Chad and Bill has been there once or twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just it. Wild Bill, I've partied and drank with him. He's an old school beach creeker. He is not about no fucking bullshit. He would never fucking kids. He would never. You know what I mean? They're lying, bro. On it.
This area, look, they've walked a good ways back there, but you got to understand they're moving really slow. So, because this was thick. If you've seen on the map where I showed you all the way through there, we'll measure it here in a minute, but I don't think it's quite a mile yet. But I'll show you. You'll see where it ends at the end back here. It'll make a lot more sense. Yeah. Okay, so he just mention it just now? Let me go back just a little bit. So we're at 16. Let me go right here, push play.
Drinking and partying. I never stopped there in my whole life. Never been up on the hill. I know Chad and Bill has been there once or twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just it. Wild Bill, I've partied and drank with him. He's an old school beach creeker. He is not about no fucking bullshit. He would never fucking kids. He would never. You know what I mean? They're lying, bro. On everything. I guarantee you, Donnie. That's what I'm saying. Look at all this land, dude. What's to say? He didn't run over. If he was running with her and put her on a brush pile, put her. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's the theory. That's one of the theories.
You
A
see
brush
what I'm
fire,
saying?
like a brush fire back here somewhere, right? You wouldn't even know.
It's like this. And people don't even, not even a brush fire. You can just put her under a brush pile. There's a pond. Our pond back there's got some trees. Like, you know what I mean? Who knows?
Actually, here's a part I need to add in. This area back here is used for people on horses. They use this to ride horses, is what we were told. This is one path that goes straight back. So you only really have one way to walk when you go straight. Now back at the very beginning it cuts up, and I'm going to show you some slides of that. Hold on a second, I just got a text. Did he say that? I'm trying to get a timestamp of when he says that about the motorcycles, and this is again another reason I'm talking about it. He's talking about his cousin and his cousin's friend. They're on motorcycles. They ride motorcycles back here. That's a very big thing of why I'm covering this. Y'all remember when we talk about, I'll say it again, we talked about people scaring us when we were back here on this area. Motorcycles went on both sides of us. One stopped here and one stopped on the back side of us, and they didn't say anything. They just stared at us. it got to be a really, really intense moment. And then we spoke to him. That's the reason I'm wanting to make sure I don't miss that part of this. So hold on one second. Let me keep listening.
You know what I mean? But I don't think that motherfucker's that athletic. You know what I'm saying?
So we are like right by Ben Hill Road.
Well, I don't know where this goes to. Ben Hill Road, I know is this way.
Yeah. So that's the holler right there.
I don't know where this goes, brother. I swear to God, I don't.
You want to go back towards Ben Hill?
Well, here.
I'll follow you. Go
How about this? How about me and you get in your car and we'll go to Ben Hill? We'll go to David. I'll take you to Fred's. I'll take you everywhere you want.
Yeah, but would they want me like recording them?
Yes. Okay, it don't matter. Look, it don't matter what they want.
Yeah.
Look, dog. I'm gonna tell you, I'm one of the only straight up motherfuckers down here.
Where was that pond?
Look, I'll show you. That's what I was gonna show you. On the way out. Damn. On the way out.
All right. He already talks about it, I think.
This way. Look on. I'll show you right where the pond is in that hall.
Yeah, show me where that is.
And then what? Hey,
so it's definitely, you know, they now if Don
So
was
hold
gonna
on a
come
second,
back in
guys.
the back of the holler, how would
Let
he
me
get there? Go
pause.
in the back of Ben Hill?
Where he stops at back there, you go a little bit farther, and it's a pretty steep incline, and it has two wash-offs that come from the top of the mountain down. Looks like from when the rain washes off, and it comes down like two big streams. I've got actually, I'll be able to show that here soon. Hold on one second. I think right back here is where he's talking about. Now they're talking about a pond. I'm going to show you some things here in a minute. I'm going to skip forward because I don't want to use all his content. So I have to be very careful. Does he take him up there? Let's see.
When you go to and somebody does go there, I say, look, if we don't find her, then I know somebody's got her.
He
I'm
doesn't.
telling you right now.
He doesn't take him up there to the pond.
Have to walk me up there, say that. Well, think about it. You got kids?
I don't.
Man.
But I've tried to find kids, and I see, parents that are so desperate to find their kids that get taken. They're out there, like you said, fighting every single day, crying and pleading and searching. And
even my mom, even me, like, you know what I mean? That want to try.
So you've never seen Don Wells or Candace out here looking?
Look, I seen it. You know what? Don Wells out here walked down here one day, being a fucking retard, and he's lucky. I'm telling you this.
When was this?
What, 6-7 months ago?
Yeah.
He's lucky certain people don't see him down here. That's why he don't come down here. Because we know.
Did you hear that? Now that's a very big, strong. That's a good thing. Y'all, please keep a note of what he just said. He said Don Wells came down there 6 or 7 months ago, and but he said it's a good thing Don's not seen down there in those parts. This might be a big reason why Don didn't search certain areas or go to certain places out there out of fear for his life. So that's, regardless of what your opinion is, that's a very, very good thing to remember right there. So I want to keep on and listen here.
Know what's up, you know what I mean? That motherfucker, people be looking for him too. That's almost it. He better just stay his ass in jail or away from all of us people.
The guy told me, a employee at Priceless. They shopped at Priceless in Kingsport.
Yep. Told
me that Candace and her mother would go there, and they'd get people just ask them, "Where's Summer? Where's Summer?" Right to their face,
Yep.
Like everybody wants to know.
Yep. Look.
So what is this creek?
This is the same creek that goes. It's like it goes basically right on the same road that Summer's on Ben Hill Road.
Oh wow!
There's two of them that wraps around. Like it does, you know what I mean? But like even like these fields, when it was now it's getting green, it's hard to see. I hike these spots. You know what I mean? These people.
I agree that what you're saying. He said no because everyone believes that he knows, but still, if that's the climate of how everybody thinks, if you know that people are in these haulers don't want you down there. You're going to go down there and search and try to get on their properties if you feel like they're going to meet you with, guns blazing and say they're going to take you out. Not going to happen.
Don't go in there. They don't go in. They don't want to get your shoes dirty, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you want to really do some digging and looking, and hey, you come get you some blue jeans and bring you a shotgun or a pistol.
I might do that with you if you really want to look for.
Hey, I'm gonna be saying like this. Well, I'm gonna scout for ginseng. I can't dig it. We can't dig it right now.
Yeah.
We'll scout for ginseng. We'll look for it. You know what I mean?
What is ginseng? What is a scout ginseng?
Ginseng? You ginseng hunting?
Oh, ginseng. Okay.
Hey, bring you a shotgun or a pistol.
I might.
Yeah, like it's a plant. You know what I mean? You've never seen ginseng before?
Yeah. I wasn't sure what you meant offhand.
But like right here, even we got a horse.
So where's that? What's that? What goes that way?
This goes to our pond.
Oh, that goes to your pond.
And there's a tree. I got in our pond. Even looked under. Hey,
they looked.
They didn't, but I got in there and looked. Hey, best I could. There's a tree that's.
Not true. This is the point that I wanted to make very clear. Now we're going to move forward. He doesn't take him up to this area. Y'all pay attention to this. And this is what I've been wondering.
You want to go back there?
Yeah.
I wish I had a 4-wheeler, dog.
You don't have a 4-wheeler?
No, I got motorcycle and my uncle's got a 4-wheeler, but here, I'll show you. If I get my motorcycle to the top of this hill, you sit on there and then you go right back there. I just come here. I didn't know any.
This pond right here is not the same pond that we're talking about. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I heard. What do you mean by that?
They don't. Hey, after dark, blacks don't come down. I'm not racist.
Yeah.
Hey, blacks don't come down here, and normal folks don't come down here either. You know what I mean? Like when it gets dark, back in the day.
No. Okay. Jackie, hold on one second. Need a diver search the pond that they were pointing at.
Authorities didn't even know it was here.
Nope. And I told them about it. They come here with a guide team, and I said, the only thing I know is it owns these people. And there's a holler in between this and this, right?
Yeah.
And this is, if we go up this, let's go. All right, yeah. If we go up here, it'll take us to Ben Hill, and we could walk to Ben Hill Road, bro.
So they did eventually come here with scuba people.
Yep.
All right. So hold on one second. I'm going to show you something on a map to be very clear about this. All right. So the ponds that he's showing right here, let me show you real quick. Let me pull this down. All right. Right here. This is the pond that he just took him to. So this is what I think is funny. Hold on a second. Now I have to go back and watch his video. See this pond right here? This is the one that I believe he's showing him right now in the video. There's another one, the one that he pointed at that said that it was his pond that nobody had ever went to before. And that's not true. That pond is located in here. Okay. In this area up here. And Need a Diver actually cleared both ponds. That's during the same time. This when we talked about at the beginning. Scott H. had recently talked about in a church that was called the House of Prayer, and Need a Diver had went out there, and Frank Light was at the house behind that church and cussed out Need a Diver, and they he even tells the story. He says, you know, Nita Diver had called us later, talking about me and Allie, called us later on that evening and said, you didn't tell me Frank Light was going to be out there. And I said, well, did y'all leave? Did y'all search? He said, that didn't stop me. He said, yeah, we cleared that pond. And if y'all remember the rumors of, there was a rumors that went around early on, last year. I can't remember the date, where they said remains had been found in a pond, and we did a video saying rumors, and we cleared that up. And Candace actually shot a video. People said law enforcement was out there or whatever. Well, that was this pond right here, this big one right here they're talking about. Now this is owned by a Country Living something, or Country Outdoors or something. It's owned by some big property owner out there, because Nita Diver had went out there and cleared that pond before we even knew that they did. They did a good job. So that's one thing I wanted to make very clear. Now, hold on a second. Let me go back out of this. All right. So what I'm going to show you.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
I just unplugged Alexa. That way we don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. So let me make sure we're on the same page, everybody. He said 2 or 3 years. Okay. I'm making sure. Let me see what Scotty Skull said and everybody. I haven't been on. Yeah, that big pond. I was wondering why he said that he's been out there. This is a problem. This is a reason why I was wondering. Now he says in this interview, he says his cousins live up back behind there, and they both ride. They ride, his cousin and his friend ride motorcycles back there. We never saw Brandon out there when we were out there, but we did meet his cousin that rides the motorcycle. Now, when we were out there, we said that there was a situation that was really, unsettling to us. We've talked about it a lot. That's who we're talking about. We told them, hey, there was some stuff located back there that I cannot talk about that was turned over to law enforcement. We had flagged off certain things there, and, around this particular thing that we were turning over to law enforcement, we told these people on motorcycle, please don't bother at that. They will be out here. Law enforcement will be out here to pick that up very shortly. When law enforcement picked it up, there was dirt bike tracks all over it. They had rode all over it. So this is my question is, why would you do that? Why this big? I'm wondering why they're not saying that people had been out there and searched that area. That's something that's bothered me through watching this. Why say that nobody searched that area, that law enforcement's only been out there the 1 or 2 times that he said that they were out there? It didn't make sense to me. There's a mansion down that way. Yeah, I do, Rosie Summers. There's one, I'll show you. I believe I know where he's talking about. No, we're not taking my word over anything. I have proof. I showed. My babe. Be careful. I love you. Yeah. So people that are just tuning in, let me just show you that. So if you don't believe, I done showed proof of this, and I'm going to show you more in just a second. So this picture I took on my phone, this one here, of the terrain. Now, info on that picture. October 11th, 2021 at 12:02 p.m. Now, here's the map of where it was taken. Let me see if I can zoom in. What's that say? Light Hollow Road. This is the area from the end of the road where the picture was taken. There's first bit of proof for you. If you don't believe, I believe that's pretty pretty proof oriented right there. And then let me just show you this stuff. Do you remember this picture we had? That was taken out there near that pond that we're getting ready to show you. What gets me is the dude straight gets lost between pond and driveway. Yeah, I saw that too. Scotty Skulls, can you not attest that we just talked about this that same night that this video came out, like an hour before? I just got off the phone with you and we had just talked about this. Then I saw this video and I was like, holy crap. Let's see what he says. There's that. Remember that? You remember this picture? Yeah, I come with the receipts. I promise you that. If I ever tell you something, I'm going to have something to back it up. This is from that area back there. Yes, right there, Jackie. Thank you. Remember, and private investigator said things found in the woods? Right. What are you talking about, IB girl? Why wouldn't you document where's the pics of the water? Because Need Diver is their own entity. They are their own group. I have no right to take pictures of them doing their search, and that's how they conducted themselves. If you need them, they come out and do their own thing with their, and that way anything found on their search is their search. They're fully responsible of it and for it. Yeah, you can come up real quick. Let me drop the link in the chat. Okay, there you go, Scotty Skull. Hold on, I'm not done yet. This is the little pond that we were that we got Need a Diver to go check out. This is the pond back there in the back. It's tiny. Now they found there was a drum underneath the water in this pond. Now it's funny that he says he checked the water. Brandon says he checked this water himself back here in this pond. Need a Diver was in there, and they said the mud was so thick. And actually, I think Need a Diver came on and talked on one of our panels about this pond, but we didn't tell the location. There, he said the mud almost went up to his knees and was it was almost like it sucked him in. That drum that he found under there, they were able to pull that out, and we're not fussing about the video. We're just showing different facts about it because we haven't got to talk about it. There's certain things that we are referencing from this area back here. It's good that to show that it has been searched, and some of the things that we had wrote down and took note on, things that we are able to show. So there was a drum under there and they pulled that out and they cleared it. It was nothing to it, but still it's a good thing they went in there and searched that. Okay, let me see what the next one is. Okay, this right here, this is another thing that was found back there. Now, I can't show the thing that was found turned over to law enforcement. This was a jacket that was back there, and that was also taped off. Though it's just a jacket, and there was a camp back there, like it had tarps and like hammocks there, but they said it was used for a hunting camp or where they rode horses. Now, that's another thing. No, Glitter Bomb, nobody's saying anything against Brandon. Y'all are turning this into something that it's not. I'm just making sure that this area is that we're being able to cover these things, and but we're making sure that since it's been talked about, since this area was shown, we're just showing some things that we did find on that search, and things that were really relevant, and things that were being said. Nothing against him. Maybe he didn't say. He said he's only lived there 8 months. We covered that at the beginning, Glitter Bomb, and we made sure to say that he might have missed us because 8 months ago would be exactly in October. October is when we were out there. So please, people, don't turn this into something it's not. That's not what we're doing whatsoever. Scotty Skulls, did you get that link? Okay. So let me see. I want to see what she said real quick before y'all do that. Hold on a second, Scotty. Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Not much. Just trying to see what this one person's saying here. Yeah, now I don't know what you got to add. I was just one thing I was asking. You remember the other night when I was talking to you about this exact place?
Dude, we sat and talked about this whole thing and everything that they're doing, and it was deja vu. It was crazy.
Yeah, like an hour after I got off the phone with him, I look and this video's up, and I was like, holy.
We were talking about all the same stuff.
Yeah, word for word.
Yeah.
Did you see these pictures that I was showing?
Whatever you got on the ground right now.
Oh, it's us. I got the pond that's up there in the back. I was showing it. I showed just that area right there that we were in with that, which this was in October.
Still, I want to clarify a few things for chat.
Okay.
We can't say exactly every little way they walked, right? I mean, pretty close though. I can, and it's not miles at all.
No.
It's like 2,000 feet. And when right before, you're not to it yet, but right before they come to that clearing where it starts to be mowed, or where they're lost, they're straight lost, right? I want to really, when people watch this, keep watching how the guy points. And
are you you're talking about where they're on his video?
Yeah, in his video, this video right here, when you're playing his video, they straight get lost, and they have neither.
Pull that back up.
Neither one of them have no clue where they are. Even when they get to the mode part, they still don't know. When they get to the guy's driveway, they still don't know until they get to the end of the driveway. They're both straight lost. And the point I want to make before you show, if you're showing more, I don't know if you are, but they walk within 200 feet of the red house and don't even see it.
Hold on 1 second, Scott. Y'all go ahead and talk. Just talk for 1 second. My wife called me real quick. Hold on 1 second.
You want me to talk?
Yeah, go ahead and just anything.
I'm not a talker.
No, you're fine. Just for 1 second.
Yeah, okay. So when they first go in the woods, you guys, and then they come out to the driveway, I just want to make a point that it's only about 2,000 feet. So when you're walking through that terrain, it seems like you're going fast or they're walking fast, but they're really not. It's slow going.
Okay.
So between where they enter the woods on the trail when they first start going and where they come out the clearing where it's mowed onto the driveway, it's only 2,000 feet. It's less than a half a mile in that woods.
Okay, let me pull that up real quick. I'll pull up what you're talking about.
Yeah, you can go on the map and measure it. I can pretty much tell. You probably know almost exactly where they walk too, but
yeah. Hold on,
they followed that gully. They followed that gully, and from the pond, they follow that gully like the holler up over, and you can see where the clearing is, where it comes down to the driveway.
All right, so where you're talking about here, so they come up here. The clearing that you're talking about, where it's been mowed, is right in here. Now,
no, I mean where they come out at. That's where they went.
Oh, where they come out at. Okay, so right here's the pond that he took him up to.
Back out. Okay, so draw your little measuring thing from where they went at the church, where they walked into the woods.
Right. Right here is where they. Okay. Where they go
Okay,
up through right to there.
wherever they go in the woods at, and then back out and do your little measuring tool, and you can keep clicking, and it'll go to the pond and go around. If you back out further, so you can see the whole thing. Unless you want me to do it on mine.
Yeah,
See see the red house on the left?
Yep.
So go up to the pond.
Okay. Where do you? I'm going to measure it up there.
Like right to that bottom edge of the pond.
To right here.
Even lower. They came out right at that corner. Yeah,
Yep.
right there. They walked along the edge and see that dark gully?
Yep.
Nope, other way.
Right around here in the shade.
Yep,
Yeah.
stay in the shade. Go straight left. Yep, keep going. All the way. Go around that curve, and then they come out right there. Yep, that's where they went. If you measure, click your little tool in that little dark spot from the pond around that curve and to the, not even to the road, just to the.
Like that?
What do you got? Yeah, what do you got? That's straight, but you got 1,800 feet. If you follow the path, it's about 2,000 feet.
Yeah, so that's not.
It's less than a half mile. And look at where the house is. Look how close they were to the house from the trail. The house. Yep. And they didn't even see it.
Yeah, right here, this house.
And his garage. Yep, and his garage. When you go back on that curve in the trail to your right, right there. They didn't even know that garage was there. They couldn't even see it. And they're within 200 feet of it.
Yeah. Well, actually, if we do this right here, hold on, let me clear measurement. Watch this.
You'll show how close they were to that garage or the house, whichever one's which. I don't know. Yeah, watch this.
36.5. Yeah.
No,
that's not 200 feet.
200
exactly.
feet.
That's what you said there.
They're 200 feet from the damn house or garage, whichever one's which, and they didn't even see it. Neither do we. That's how that terrain is there.
And that's how thick that foliage is right there.
Yeah.
Right now.
So I don't know. I just go back to the point that Summer could have been everywhere you look, she could be. It's so crazy there that, no matter, you'd have to have thousands of people in there searching to even begin to.
Yeah.
For real, to have any kind of effect.
For every day, for probably, I'd say 2 months, longer every day to clear just a little bit. Now, let me show you this. Now, this driveway where this house is, where they come out, this part being mowed here.
Yeah.
This driveway comes out right here.
Yep.
And right on Ben Hill to where Summer's house is there. So that's how close.
And the driveway where they came out on the driveway is that sharp curve where it does a switchback.
Okay.
No, right there.
Right here. Yeah.
Right there. And when they head back to your little measuring tool, that's the mowed part.
Yeah.
Right. And when they got to that driveway, they weren't even sure which way to go. You watch the video and stop it and do your commentary. They're straight lost. They don't know where they're at.
That's what I was wondering. But see, and Brandon, like I'm not saying nothing against him or anything, but we were out there. He's talking about the only thing that makes me wonder is he talks about law enforcement being out there. They came out there. The reason they were out there, if he's talking about the exact time, well, he says he's only been there 8 months.
That means the searches were done prior to him being there.
Right. Well, that, October is when we were in there searching that, and law enforcement came in to pick up that thing that we had turned over to them. And they, that would had to have been around that time. So I'm wondering if his cousins, now I'm going to show y'all something. This is where, so he says his cousins, the ones that ride the dirt bikes, this would be their property right here. And this would be where they stay here. And that's the reason I know that is because that's what they told us. Now, they obviously have trails that cut in back here and go all the way back in here. Because we heard them coming for quite a ways. And the reason that was kind of scary is because they were, one stopped here and one stopped here, and we're in the middle of them. they just stared at us. And you know, back there, it's already got a bad reputation of how, and you hear how Brandon says people back there, they don't take no crap or whatever. So, you know, people we were with already pulled their guns and were ready. And then the guy finally starts talking to us. Well, when he's talking to us, you know, he's looking at me and he keeps looking at me. And I asked something. There's one thing I'm going to talk about in this that really bothered me about this. So I said I'd found a little area up there in the side of the mountain where it's a little opening for a cave. Back there, I already knew about it because I'd walked all the way up to the top of this ridge. I mean, I went to the top again, just like where I found the campsite over there. It is always
we won't talk about where I walked.
right. Well, I mean, yeah. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I don't want to get into no drama. So
right. Well, the thing that bothered me is when I asked him, I asked the guy on the motorcycle, I said, is there any little caves or anything back here? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any idea. And I knew he lied to me when he told me that.
Somebody in chat asked why it took them so long to get to the car. Because they walked down that driveway and then they walked out Ben Hill Road. And if you scan out, Cam, to show the whole picture, they were going Beach Creek's the long way around. They were better off turning around and going back through the woods.
Right. It's true. Vet Girl, I was not with EquiSearch. This was when our searches with the private investigators, when we were searching with them last year. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to have you move out on the map so you can see how Ben Hill goes out and how Beach Creek goes. Come out a little bit so you could, so you can see how far.
What do you want me to show?
Bring it out a little more so you can see the Beach Creek all the way to Light Hollow. Yeah, look at how far around that is. They were going a lot. Man, if they wouldn't have got that ride, they'd have been out there for another 2 hours.
Yeah. So and so this shows you too where Summer's house is in Ben Hill Road. That's on Hawkins County side. Light Hollow Road is or Light Hollow Road to turn in is on Sullivan County side. Now I'm wondering when you're back here to the very back if that's Hawkins County again. It would have to be, wouldn't it?
I can tell you real quick.
Some of those addresses back there would have to be Hawkins County again.
I'll go to my handy dandy other map. I like the other one, but it's really hard to work.
Right. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up with chat. I'm trying to keep up with you guys too.
Yeah, it's your show. Don't let me take over. I just get when chat's going about and then they're talking about 2 and 3 miles and this and that. I like to straighten it out because it's not far. You know, the guy's been there 8 months. He got disoriented. So my whole point is he lives there and he got disoriented. So imagine kids or anybody like us, somebody, well, me and you know it pretty good, but somebody that doesn't know that and they walk in, they're not going to know which way is which. Quick, you're going to get lost.
Good point too, because I can even say when me being back there and I had searched for quite a while back there, I even talked about when I got up on top of that mountain where that campsite was that we located, that dude, I got turned around and got nervous up there because everything started looking the same.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for that barbed wire,
disoriented really quick and get lost, and that's why people go missing and get lost, and they find them years later because they get lost and they freak out, and you don't know which way to go. You know.
Right. I'm gonna measure from back here to Ben Hill Road and just see how far that is, because some people said that they had walked a mile. See, this just shows you, it looks like while they're talking in that video that they had been walking a mile or so, but they, it's only 1,986 feet. That's how thick and how slow you have to move through there. So it looks like that they're making.
Well, that ain't the way they went, but yeah, the way they went was
right. It would have been down
feet.
This way.
It's about a half a mile the way they went.
No, I'm talking about when they went straight in from where they went behind this area right here. Because when the video first starts, he comes in. This is the way
They go
we went
straight
in.
back, but then they end up at the pond.
Right. That's after they turn around and come back. They turn
Right.
around and come back. So that's why I'm saying people were talking at this part of the video. At the beginning that they were like, oh, I mean, it's looked like they done tracked a mile or 3 back going just straight back this way. And I was like, no, I mean, it looks like that, but
They
it's
didn't come out on Ben Hill back there though before they
no, he turned
did they?
around. They got back here to where, see, that's the thing that he didn't show too. Once you get back here, it's a straight up and down, like you come to a point when you walk
Ridge, a really steep
really
ridge.
steep ridge with 2
Yeah.
wash offs that come down, and I mean, it's a lot. It takes a lot of work to get to the top of it. So you got to get. That's what blocks you. That's the reason he stopped and he turns around and comes back straight back this way. But that's if you were to go over that ridge and come out, that's still not even a mile. It's 1,986 feet back there. But that's not counting. You got mountains and ridges to go over back there, so that probably is a little bit more. But yeah. All right. So what were you looking up to see who's?
Oh, I'm going to the end of Light Hollow Road. You know, it goes a lot further than you think.
Yeah.
It's just like Ben Hill. Wow. Where it stops, it really don't stop. That's
Show these slides one more time for people that might not have seen it. Yeah, that's that little pond. That's the one that if you watch that, people get a chance to. I'm not going to show all of JLR's content because we tried to use it under fair use and just to commentate on. But when Brandon points up and says that's our pond or my pond or our pond, that's the one he's talking about. It's very small. You can see the little chair back there in the background, and there's a boat. And there's the 2 other porta potties he's talking about are up this area. And I'm going to pull the map up, and that's what I wanted to show.
they're in the end of Light Hollow is in Hawkins County.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, this is what I wanted to show before I get done with this. Let's see here, add to stream. Okay. This is what, let me clear that. All right. So when you come in from back here in the back, you come in behind this house where they walk in, that pond, they go straight back through here. Well, this also, you cut up right through here, right where this dark little ridge area is. That's where you get to that pond. You walk all the way up through here, and that pond is about right in there, probably in the shadows. And then it goes over back up through here again. That's where you can see that's where that property is, where those guys on them dirt bikes were. And this, I wish this gave some more like elevation points, but it goes up to a very tip top of this very steep ridge. And that's where I found the little areas of it's a very little tiny cave, looking like cave entrance into the side of that mountain. So what is going on here? Is there people? Am I missing stuff in the chat?
You know who owns that big piece of property at the end of Light Hollow that goes all the way over to Ben Hill, don't you? The lights.
Well, yeah, that's where we got permission from. Now Archie he has passed away. You can hear Brandon talk about Archie in this. Now I think it was from his wife or his sister that gave us permission. That's the reason Frank Light was in that trailer that we showed. Hold on, let me go back. This is the trailer this is the house of prayer. That's that church. But this is that trailer back here that Frank Light was in when Nita Diver went out there. Cause we all parked when we went out there. We parked right here. And we left notes on, but Archie supposedly lived here in this building before he passed away. His name's Archie. I think his son's name Archie.
Georgia.
Georgia
Light Head and MacArthur Head is who owns that right there.
Yep. That's who gave us permission. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you want to know people, that kind of stuff. I know all that.
Oh, thank you. And like, yeah, another thing here, nobody's throwing shade on any other creators. It's not what this is about. This,
No, I thought it was actually kind of cool because JLR usually just like stands by a palm tree with the little poster, the little flyer and talks and stuff. I
yeah,
was surprised he actually walked all the way back through there, which made that video really interesting.
yeah,
And that kid talking, and he's like, "Oh, anybody can come here anytime they want." So, like, so I wouldn't be afraid to go knock on their door and say, "Yo, blah 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 blah. I want to look for Summer." You know what I mean? And they'd be cool with it.
exactly. And and the only thing I was trying to fill in is when he says that nobody had been back there and searched. I just want to say, no, I mean, maybe he missed out on that point. It's nothing against him. Maybe he didn't know
I
because
don't
we were
think he was there yet.
right. And we were very,
Yep.
we were very secretive about when we were out there. We didn't tell anybody and we didn't talk about it. That's why nobody on here knew. So I just thought now that the area had been talked about, I could talk about it and show y'all a few things and maybe bring some certain things that we had talked about that we didn't give much detail about. Bring it, let y'all know that's what we were talking about. No, Tracy Window, it's not Brandon's property, but it's his family's. He said that his uncles and stuff, so they, they all own that back there, and that's what he was saying. I think so. Yeah, no shade on nobody. This was just actually
Somebody said JLR got in over his head. I know if I'd have been down there, I'd have thrown him a pair of hiking boots and a bottle of water.
Yeah.
He was winded. He was over with. I'm not laughing at him, but it's just by the time they got out at Beach Creek, he was done.
Dude, with the heat, everything the way it is, I
Yeah.
know how it was in the
Yeah.
fall. It was rough. So I'm sure
He was over with. He was probably picking ticks off him for the next week.
I'd say, dude, yeah, I picked a bunch off me from out there. And they come out of nowhere, dude. They fall out the tops of trees on you, everything. Oh, it's rough.
People don't really, and even seeing these videos, you can't tell the topography. You can't tell how steep it is and how it drops off. Even in video, that doesn't show.
Exactly. Very true. So, yeah, I don't know if you want to stay up here for this next part, but I'm going to go into the next part of my live with the Carlie Trent stuff. It's whatever.
Oh, a different case.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show the differences between Carlie Trent's case and summerwells case. The big difference.
Okay, I'll drop off. Yeah, your show. Go ahead, take over.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man.
Yep.
Later.
All right, bye.
All right, yeah. So the next part, what I'm going to go into, this is going to be good, and I think y'all should watch this because I'm going to show you the differences in how Carlie Trent's case was handled and how. Hold on. I have no idea about that. Like the morning. Yeah, I don't think so. Another guy's strength and offerings. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's true, Kim D. They have, and people don't know that they have searched hundreds and hundreds of acres, and we helped them on a bunch of those. And they really have put in the work. As much as people don't know about them and the bad things that people have said, the PIs have covered things. I mean, look at this. They were back there in that area that we're talking about searching before anybody even knew to question that area or what. And I mean, they were on top of things that people don't know about, and they've put some work in. And I think it's not fair to give them the bad publicity that they've got, because if people go back and listen to things we had talked about them from the very beginning, all these things that people were talking about just a couple of weeks ago, we had talked about in detail early on with them. And it's in those guys did go out and cover a lot of area and a lot of places that people don't even know. The car interview. No, I didn't. Yeah, I believe so too. I believe look, JLR is out there putting the work in. Now there's a lot of things people I will say this now, though. There's some things that have been said that were early on that I didn't, and this is just to be truthful from my heart. Now, early on, things that were said by JLR and Bullhorn Betty and stuff that weren't accurate about this case, and they did state some things that weren't accurate that I had issues with. Um, Now, I mean, but the effort that he's put in and stuff, I can't knock him for that. He's done a lot, and he's put a lot of road, uh, miles in and a lot of hours in on this case. But there's just certain things that I just feel like that have that were stated that weren't accurate, that were very important to be accurate on. That's the only thing I have a issue with. Now, uh, and people, if you don't believe me, you go back and look, and that's not my opinion. That's fact. Now you can look at the facts of the case and then compare them to certain things that are said. That weren't true. But as far as moving on, there's different things now. I believe they become educated on. Now, when they first came into this case, I believe they didn't know a whole lot about it. Because they came in late to the Summerwells case, because they were on the Gabby Petito case down in Florida. And when they came down here in December, I don't think they knew all the details to it. That's just the things that were, uh, that's just prevalent. That's the truth. They didn't have everything truth about it, but that's okay. And they learned as they went on. That's the only thing I have to say. But I don't dislike anybody, and I don't have a problem with anybody at all. Yeah, if that's true, JLR was on a dig site today in Florida on a cold case. He's on the ball. Yeah, he's a single guy and has time. He can do this stuff. He can be out there on the road full time, 100%, and that's awesome that he's spending his time doing that. That's cool. Okay. Thank you, Carl Anderson. I appreciate that. Sticky. I get what you're saying. Okay, I will for sure. Thank you, Linda Luhu. I appreciate that. That's right. That's right. We just have to, yes, if JLR wants to do footwork, that's fine if the information stays clean. Okay. Yeah. The priceless footage vet girl, I agree with you too. And the stuff about, okay, there was the interview at the discount tobacco where they said, now we know Summer was seen on the 15th or whatnot, not just because we had covered that, last year when we did film that, but anybody who brought that information, it can't be breaking if it's already put out there. And I just think you got to do, regardless of who covers or does what. I think you need to be well versed on what's been out there and what's breaking, what's new, and what's not. You got to know what everybody's talking about, right? I think that's fair. All right, so now I'm going to pull up the next stuff. Let me clear this out. Hold on 1 second. I've got to answer this text. All right, let me pull up this information. The next thing I'm going to do, okay? All right. Let me pull this up for us because I had to jump around real quick, and it's gonna be hard for me to have all this ready. I had to make slides and everything for the last thing. So here we go. Perfect. Okay, let me share this with you.
Curtis, thanks. And today we also had the opportunity to speak with two people who watched over Carlie Thursday after she was found.
Yeah, a couple who lives right across the street from where Carlie was found in that wooded area near the Hawkins-Hancock County line. They looked after her as they waited for police to arrive to arrest Gary Simpson. And Callie Durham spoke with the couple. She's also in Rogersville tonight with more on that.
Good evening, Josh, Sarah. Yes, I spoke with neighbors today on Graverly Valley Road out in Hawkins County. We're here right now in Rogersville at the Hawkins County Jail. This is where Gary Simpson is being held currently. He is actually on suicide watch tonight and in solitary confinement, so keeping a check on that. But of course, as you said, I did speak with neighbors today out there in Hawkins County, and they say their home was actually the first place that Carlie was brought after being discovered by Donnie Lawson. Donnie Lawson was actually on his brother's property searching on ATVs with a friend of his, Stuart Franklin. The two of them came upon Carlie and Gary Simpson. Donnie says he took Carlie to Joe and Jolene Sizemore's house because it was the nearest home with a landline. They, of course, used that landline to call authorities because, as you can probably tell, there is not really good cell reception out in that part of the county. This is part of what they said to me today.
And I told her, I said, honey, I don't know if you've ever been told about the Lord or not, but I said, he's been watching over you because I've been praying, and I said, a lot of other people have too.
As I said, that area out there, very bad cell signal. There's really a far off the road as well. It was up on a hill in between mountains, so very hard place for people to be able to find. If it wasn't for Donnie Lawson and his friend Stuart, they probably would not have been found as soon as they were, according to Joe and Jolene Sizemore. Of course, we'll continue to bring you more updates in regards.
All right, I just wanted to play that for y'all to get the similarities of the case, okay? Now, I'm going to pull up something else here. So you notice that the cell service is bad. It's up in the mountains. Another key point, okay? Just pay attention to this. So it's where she was found is places that people could get lost. People could get, off the beaten path and could be, risky. Now, this is Carlie Trent. She was missing out of Hawkins County in 2016 and was found, 7 days after she disappeared. Now, I'm going to just the differences in the way these cases were. Why can't anyone hold on a second? Why can't anyone ask or state simple things without being timed out? If I don't believe your version, I can ask for proof. Nobody's timing you out for anything, and I showed you proof of that. So nobody's timing you out. I'm reading your comment right there. But yeah, that's, as long as you're respectful with it, and as long as that, I will answer anything, but I showed you your proof. Okay, yeah, but I just wanted to show the similarities. Let me pull up the next thing. Okay, so here's the next one. Let me let that load.
The news channel 11 in your corner at 11.
An Amber Alert to find a Rogersville girl has been canceled. Good evening, I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Josh Smith. It brings to an end a massive search to bring Carlie Trent home. We brought you the breaking news at 5 o'clock, right after she and her uncle Gary Simpson were found in a remote part of Hawkins County. Simpson's accused of abducting the girl. Tonight he's charged with especially aggravated kidnapping and booked into the Hawkins County Jail. Search teams spent the past 8 days searching for Carlie and Gary Simpson. as well as that white van they were believed to be traveling in.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says it all started last Wednesday at Hawkins Elementary in Rogersville. State agents say Simpson picked up Carlie at school by lying and saying her father had been in a car crash.
Well, shortly before picking her up, Simpson purchased what the state said were camping supplies like blankets and pillows. But after he picked Carlie up from school, he took her to a Save-A-Lot grocery store and purchased food items like peanut butter, cans of packaged meat, and crackers, as well as cakes and cookies.
You'll remember Wednesday night the state issued an endangered child alert, but less than 12 hours later they upgraded that to an Amber Alert. Throughout the search efforts, TBI believed Carlie was in danger. Well, tonight, one of the truly remarkable parts of this story is how Carlie and Gary Simpson were found.
Yeah, the TBI's director tonight said it was all thanks to the heroic actions of some men in Hawkins County.
As part of the Child Abduction Response Protocol, strategies were put in place to aid in bringing Carlie home. One of these techniques is to ask the public to check their property, barns, outbuildings, and four-wheel trails. 2 conscientious Hawkins County residents did just that.
The TBI later tonight said a group of 4 men were searching, but it was Donnie Lawson and Stuart Franklin who found them deep into a wooded area on one of their properties, area you could only reach by ATVs. Roger Carpenter and Larry Hamblin also were involved in that.
That cut off abruptly. I didn't know that was going to happen, but hold on a second. Sorry.
Now, Storm Team 11 meteorologist Brian Walden.
So keeping it. All right. So let me go back here. Now, I just wanted to put some key points. I'm going to show you a map of where Gravely Holler Road is and where, in comparison to where Beach Creek is. But also, now, a good point to make here is, yeah, Gary Simpson is her uncle. He's driving. He could have taken her out of state anywhere. There were multiple reports of Carlie nationwide, but she was still found in Hawkins County. Now, the public was encouraged to search for Carlie Trent. Now, that's where I'm going to get to some very interesting points here. And now I just want to show some more interviews. This is what I shared the other night, and this is going to be very interesting for you guys. Now, this is no. Do not need to see. Don't want to do that. Okay. So here's a picture of everybody. What in the world? What happened? Okay, yeah, here's what is going on here. This did not happen the other night when I did this. Oh, it's gonna do that crap to me. Hold on a second. Where it's gonna make me have a subscription to read the story. I think it only gives you one time to read it before it makes you try to have a subscription to it. Huh. Let's see here. If it'll let me. Yeah, it's exactly what it's gonna do. Let me search here and see if it'll let me do it this way. Guys, I can't see the chat right now, so I apologize if I miss anything. I can't see if I'm on a different screen. Here it is. It's going to do that. Okay. I'll figure out a way around that. Let me go over here and make sure I haven't missed anything. Yeah, I figured it was going to give me a hard time. Oh, yeah, that's a very good. Thank you. Thank you, person who just texted me. That's how I'll do it. Yeah, I'll have to open it open a link incognito, but if I try to read it over there, then how can I share it over here? I might not be able to do that. Give me a second. Let me see if I can do this, guys. Bear with me just a second. Rogers-Hill review. This is very, very important to what I'm trying to cover, so I need to be able to read this. Okay. Yeah, let me see if it'll let me do it this way. We'll try it at least, right? Let me stop screen and see if it'll do it. Well, I can do it this way. Entire screen. All right, cool. Can y'all see that over there? Let me check it out and see if you can. It's gonna, okay, so it's only gonna be able to share it while I'm over there, so I won't be able to see the chat. So if y'all can, this is from the Rogersville Review. It says, on Tuesday afternoon, August 16th, more than 20 organizations that serve Hawkins County and Hancock County children received portions of the reward money offered earlier this year for the safe return of kidnapped Hawkins Elementary School student Carlie Marie Trent. Carlie was allegedly checked out of Hawkins County Elementary School under false pretenses on May 4th by her uncle by marriage, Gary Simpson. She was located and Simpson was detained late on the afternoon of May 12th by civilian searchers Donnie Lawson and Stuart Franklin of Gravely Valley Road on the north side of Clinch Mountain. Franklin and Lawson had joined two other men, Roger Carpenter and Larry Hamblin, in searching for Carlie. Carpenter told the Review earlier this year that he and Hamblin had searched other parts. Sorry, just got a text. This is very distracting. Hold on. Other parts of the county for days, and that after Hamblin's bad knee began making it difficult for him to search, Stuart Franklin had volunteered to help with the search. Carpenter said he and Franklin subsequently enlisted Donnie Lawson, who lives along Highway 70 north of the north side of Clinch Mountain, to help search that area of the county. During a Tuesday interview, Franklin said Lawson had grown up in the Gravely Valley section of northern Hawkins County, and that his family still owned property along Gravely Valley Road. Franklin said Lawson's inclination to check one more area off Gravely Valley Road on May 12th led to the discovery of Carlie and Simpson that afternoon. Almost $40,000 in reward money had been donated, but on Tuesday, Reverend Sheldon Livesay, director of One Accord Ministry, said during a check presentation ceremony that Carpenter, Franklin, Hamblin, and Lawson, whose efforts led to Carlie's safe recovery, had refused the reward money. The money had been given instead to Planned Giving of Hawkins County, which is directed by a board of directors comprised of the leaders of local nonprofit organizations. The men that found Carlie refused the reward money, Reverend representatives of the organization, who received shares of it on Tuesday, along with news media from Knoxville and the Tri-Cities. They wanted it to be directed in some way to help organizations and charities in Hawkins County today. We are placing checks in the hands of local organizations to continue doing good deeds for residents in the community where Carlie lives. On behalf of Roger Carpenter, Larry Hamblin, Donnie Lawson, Stuart Franklin, thank you for being here. Thank you for your thank you organizations that help others in Hawkins County and Hancock County. Through these gifts, we pray you will continue to help the organizations here today to make this a better community for Carlie and all our children and grandchildren to live. For Carlie and all our children and grandchildren to live. The total amount of money donated to the local charitable organizations was not disclosed on Tuesday, nor were the amounts donated to the individual organizations disclosed. But speaking for the groups of rescuers who turned down the money, Roger Carpenter, and said none of them received any of the reward money. Now that's 4 times they've made that point. They've drove that point home. The organizations that benefited from the reward money included Hawkins County Boys and Girls Club, the Hawkins County Family Resource Center, including funds for Carlie's classmates and other Hawkins County students, the Over Home Clothing Center in Sneedville, the Christmas for Children programs in Hawkins and Hancock counties, the Lunchbox Summer Feeding Program, the Jubilee Program Summer Feeding Program, the Imagination Library programs in Hawkins and Hancock County, the Hawkins and Hancock County Shriners Travel Fund for travel to children's hospitals, Kingswood Children's Home, the Chip Hale Center, CASA of Hawkins County, Boy Scout Troop 100, Hancock County Arts, Hawkins County and Hancock County Foster Care for Kids, the Sneedville Summer Recreation Program, the East Rogersville Baptist Church Children's Camp Fund and Youth Program, Camp Hope for Kids, the OOA Home Repair Fund, the Hawkins County Rescue Squad, and the Hancock County Rescue Squad. Nashville musician Trey Healy, who drove in from Nashville for the Tuesday afternoon ceremony, had donated $5,000 towards the reward offered for Carlie Trent's safe return. Rogersville physician Dr. Chris Callandine. Now I'm going to stop right there. If y'all don't know who Dr. Chris Callandine is, he is the doctor who 2 years after Carlie had been found, he also did the R kit, if you know what I'm saying. It rhymes with grape, starts with an R, kit on Carlie Trent. He was sentenced, or was charged and convicted of having, essayed two boys that were minors 2 years after this in Hawkins County. We'll pull up that story later. Now I'll continue reading here. Who had donated $10,000 for the reward fund. He had donated all this money for her fund too. Was unable to attend the ceremony as he was out of town visiting injured Cherokee High School quarterback J.T. Brooks in Atlanta, organizers said. Earlier in the Tuesday afternoon check presentation ceremony, Reverend Livesay had recounted how Carlie was taken from Hawkins County Elementary School and how a massive search involving local, state, and federal authorities had been launched. He recalled that the parking lot across from Rogersville City Hall had been taken over as the headquarters of the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the U.S. Marshal Service, the FBI, during the search for Carlie in early May. 1,200 reports of sightings across the nation had to be tracked down, but the focus of the search was always here in Hawkins County, Reverend Livesay said. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, local police department, and forestry department, and others joined this massive search. Locally, Brook Hall had thousands of flyers and maps reproduced to give local residents who wanted to help. One element that we often overlook is that as soon as Carlie was determined missing, one element that we often overlook is that as soon as Carlie was determined missing, internet postings simply said, "Pray for Carlie." Literally every church and prayer group joined in prayer for her return. Reverend Livesay said those prayers paid off on Thursday, May 12th, when searchers who felt directed by God found Carlie and her alleged abductor, Gary Simpson. Locals, right? So searchers, these were locals. They were not part of any search group. They were just locals that went out and searched properties. They were not search and rescue, anything like that. Speaking at a news conference after the check presentation ceremony, rescuer Roger Carpenter and Stuart Franklin said that they felt God was responsible for Carlie Trent's safe recovery. This part is very important, guys. Please pay attention to this part. That's why I'm reading this, and I'll get back over to see the chat. We depended on the Lord, Carpenter said during the news conference. We want to thank everyone for their prayers. That's what we asked for every time we were on TV, and it worked. I hope somebody out there gets that out of this. Praying to the good Lord worked. We want to thank everybody. Thank you all for covering this. Thank all the churches and every person who prayed for us. We felt it worked. Carpenter said he and his fellow rescuers also wish to thank those who put the reward money, including Trey Healy, who donated $5,000 and attended the Tuesday's check presentation event. He puts all his proceeds up to do stuff like this, Carpenter said of Healy. That is commendable, and I appreciate him for what he does. And thanks to each and every one who gave money. We wanted to put it to the best possible use we possibly could. Speaking for all four of us, it was never about money. Money never had the first thing to do with this. We are blessed people. We want you to understand that. And I think some people have missed that. We feel very blessed to be a part of this. It's been a blessing to me and all of us. This is culmination of everybody getting together and trying to put our heads together to try to do the right thing. Franklin said in response to a question that the organizations that received checks on Tuesday had been chosen because the rescuers felt they would use the money wisely for other children. They are some very fine organizations that help a lot of children in the area, Franklin said. Franklin declined to say how much money the various organizations received. When the three rescuers who took part in the news conference, Carpenter, Franklin, and Lawson, were asked by a television reporter if they were benefiting from the reward money, Carpenter said, "No, we're not benefiting. None at all," Franklin then said. None of us is benefiting from any of it. Just pay attention. How many times now have they said that these people weren't benefiting from the money in this? I mean, they've said it multiple times through this, and I've always wondered why. I mean, we understand you said it once, say it twice, but I mean, it's just multiple times. And I don't know what that means or if it means anything. Here we go. Here's the next part. Asked during the news conference how any money not distributed on Thursday had been used, Carpenter explained that it had been used to repair the home of an elderly woman. It has already been put to good use, Carpenter said. Carpenter then said of the money not handed out Tuesday, "I can say that there's a lady here in this town, a 90-year-old Rogersville woman who was in need. Her home has been had siding installed. We put a new porch on for her. That's what we want this money to go to. We want people to remember this as something positive in Rogersville. Thanks to all the news media who helped make it that way. When the three were asked during the news conference if there was ever a question to whether they would keep the reward money or give it away, Franklin said there was never a question in his mind. We all laughed when it was over with, Carpenter said. We didn't have any idea how much money they had. People were coming and asking us, and we had been so wrapped up in the search that we did not have a clue. Franklin said the rescuers had been told. Okay, it says Franklin said rescuers had been too busy to worry about the reward. We were too busy across the mountain to watch TV, Franklin said. Asked if they felt lucky that they were able to find Carlie. Carpenter said, "There is no doubt in my mind it was a God thing." Carpenter explained that he stopped. This is a very, y'all pay attention to this part right here. Carpenter explained that he stopped atop Clinch Mountain where he had cell phone service long enough to do a television interview, and while doing so received a telephone call that delivered a critical lead that helped the searchers narrow the search for Carlie. If I had gone on across the mountain, I would have not had phone service, Carpenter said. The phone call gave me a big lead. They said he went this way. When they told me he went that way, I had both sides of the road eliminated. He had to go across Clinch Mountain, and when Franklin, said the Gravely Valley about Gravely Valley and knowing where that cabin was and all, it was God leading us. Hold on. It was God leading us, he says. That was not luck. Someone would had a hard time convincing me that that was luck. And if y'all you all think we're that smart, it's they spelled that wrong. And if y'all think we are that smart, that we figured that out, we have some beachfront property over in Poor Valley that will be for sale here in a little while. But that's a God thing. Okay. That took me forever to read that, but it's important. Now I want y'all to pay attention. Hold on, let me stop sharing that. Tell me that that's not strange. Okay. Now we just heard that the U.S. Marshal Service was involved, TBI, FBI, Forestry Service, state, local, county, local, state, whatever, resources were involved. Tell me why he had a tip. He got a tip from the top of that mountain where he stopped to do a TV interview. Now, these aren't people, these are just locals searching. He gets the tip before law enforcement does, but they're out there. You see what I'm saying? These are points that I feel like are, very important. And the point that, that they're driving home this thing about the money. No, y'all didn't want the money. Y'all didn't want the money. Y'all didn't want the money. Regardless. Now, it talks about the beginning of the Carlie Trent case that there was multiple, or three, I think it says three, not talking about these nonprofits, but at the beginning of it, when she first goes missing, that there's three nonprofits that helped to finance the searches and everything with Carlie Trent's case. Where were they in Summerwells' case? These are the points that I feel like are important to go over. It doesn't make sense to me. He gets the lead, law enforcement doesn't. Monies, they don't give the exact amount where these monies are going. There's $40,000 that was raised for Carlie Trent's, for her reward fund. Within a week, she's found within a week. That money is dispersed into all these. They don't give amounts. They don't give that. I don't know if there's anything to that. I don't know if not. It seems like there's some similarities here and then there's some differences. Now I want to show something that perfectly executed phone tip. Right, exactly. Tiff says Gary's family have property in that area. And within 2 minutes of her, they knew about it. Okay. Tiff, thank you. I'd like to get, I'd like to hear from you about that. That would be interesting. Yeah. Why weren't all these things that all these resources, why weren't they brought forward in Summer's case? Now they threw out, even you heard them say the U.S. Marshals. Now, the U.S. Marshals are usually for, what they do, right? The U.S. Marshals are more or less people that they're fugitive recovery. That's their main thing. Let's just look that up just to be accurate. Let me see right here. Let's see exactly what the U.S. Marshals do. So I can be 100% on what they do. Okay. The Marshal's duties include protecting the federal judiciary, apprehending federal fugitives, housing and transporting federal prisoners, managing and selling seized assets acquired by criminals through illegal activities, and operating the witness security program. So they put people in the witness protection program. Why were they there? Unless Gary Simpson, was he on the run for something? I don't know. Here, I'll show you exactly what it says. Right there. Read it for yourself there. The Marshal's duties include protecting the federal judiciary, apprehending federal fugitives, housing and transporting federal prisoners, managing and selling seized assets acquired by criminals through illegal activities, and operating the witness security programs. So witness protection, going after fugitives. Did they bring in trackers? I don't know. So we're going to watch one more thing and see. I'm going to show you this other thing that I found very interesting. Hold on. Let me find it right quick for you. Here it is. Give me 1 second. Okay, here it is. Here's one that I wanted to share.
News Channel 11 in your corner at 11.
We are learning new information about the man who authorities say took his niece from school 4 days ago and then vanished. Good evening, and thank you for trusting News Channel 11. I'm Curtis McLeod. While search efforts continue for 9-year-old Carlie Trent, TBI is sharing new details about her uncle Gary Simpson. Kristen Kwan spoke with TBI officials earlier today. She picks up our coverage from here.
Take a look at this surveillance video. This is the last known sighting of 9-year-old Carlie Trent and her non-custodial uncle, Gary Simpson.
We thought that we would put out that video in hopes that someone might see something. I mean, there's a lot to be said when you're actually able to see a person move and walk. And we're hoping that perhaps if they're not necessarily with their vehicle, maybe just walking down the road, that you might.
The TBI says Simpson first went to a Walmart in Rogersville to buy camping supplies, which he paid for in cash.
And then went to the school to pick up Carlie Trent, and then took her with him to the Save-A-Lot there in Rogersville, where they did some grocery shopping before he left.
Investigators have checked Simpson's bank account and believe he drew a substantial amount of cash before taking off. Now they believe the pair could be in an isolated area.
We've gone so far as to pick up the phone and call campgrounds. Everything from state parks to private campgrounds to mom and pop type campgrounds.
Carlie's pediatrician also stepping in, offering a $10,000 reward for Carlie's safe return.
It's an incredibly generous offer, and that's frankly what we need. We need some additional resources so that if someone knows something, they might just have the bravery to say something.
The search continues. Investigators say time is of an essence.
We would hate to see this story just kind of blend in with everything else that's going on in the public right now. At the end of the day, this is a 9-year-old girl who is not with who she should be with.
Again, there are several rewards being offered for Carlie Trent's safe return. The U.S. Marshals are offering a $2,500 reward, and Carlie's pediatrician, again, is offering $10,000. Now, support for Carlie Trent continued Saturday night. Dozens of people came out to City Park in Rogersville for a candlelight vigil. Now, you're looking at video from that vigil that happened yesterday evening. We're told that family members and people in the community all came out to show their support, even wearing Carlie's favorite color, purple. We want to give you another look at Carlie now. Look at this information on your screen. Police are calling on everyone who has eyes on our broadcast tonight to pass along any information.
Wow. Okay, so there's that. Did you see the turnout for that vigil too? I'm just saying. Yeah, thank you, Tiff. I saw what you were saying. That's crazy. It's underestimated all of us. We will just keep pushing forward. Let's see. I'm trying to read what people are saying. Is this not interesting to, tell me if you don't think it is, but if you put a 1 in the chat if you find this pretty interesting, because I think you can see a big difference in just how everything is being, covered between the two different cases. It's strange. I'm trying to find the video right now where they say, they ask for the public's help multiple times. And just look, even showed the video of her on Facebook. Said if you can see how she walks, how she is, her movements might be more of a way to be able to show or be able to identify Carlie at that point in time. So if Summer was on any of the footage from any of the establishments on the timeline, wouldn't that be helpful as well? Yeah, it's just the two cases are way, way different. Were handled very, very different. Okay, let's see. Something kept telling us. Let me find exactly where I'm looking for, and then I'm going to finish this up. Let me see if this is it. This is just a story. So I think I've made my point there, but if you go look through your own and look at the research, if you want to research this case on your own, you'll see where the TBI encourages the public to search for Carlie, and they are very adamant that without the public's help, we would have never found Carlie Trent. It's very important to know that, the public get involved and stay involved in these cases and are, proactive in getting involved in searches. They really, really, push that with Carlie's and, search for her. But why not in Summers? Why is such a big difference? There's just too much. Same county. Sheriff Lawson was sheriff over this disappearance too. It's his county. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think people realize Sheriff Lawson was over. He was in charge during this one too. So let's look at this real quick while I have this up. So the doctor that gave that $10,000 check towards Carlie's reward. Let's look at this. Okay, here you go. Chris Calendine, remember?
A Rogersville physician accused of sex crimes is free on bond today. A grand jury indicted Dr. Chris Calendine on sexual battery charges. Hawkins County District Attorney Dan Armstrong tells us those charges stem from an investigation involving 2 teenage boys. Calendine faces charges of sexual battery and sexual battery by an authority figure. He's due back in court August 31st.
Muted. Did it first time in a while. Anyway, so that first time, y'all got to give me credit for that. I haven't done it in a while. Anyway, the question has to be asked. There's too many questions, not enough answers. I don't understand why that there's such a you have doctors getting charged, law enforcement, but it's not like it's not few and far between that you have that. You always have bad apples in a community, but there's more stories of this happening in this county, and it's just multiple things happening like this. I don't know. There's just a history of it, and I don't understand why. Then you have the woman, the Carla Dykes woman taking money from, embezzling money from Churchill Rescue Squad and so on and so forth. It's different things, man. I hope that we, that I'm doing a good job bringing this stuff to light. I hope that y'all, see where I'm going with this, and that y'all can put 2 and 2 together. Maybe there's more questions that need to be answered, and maybe we can get to a point that we'll be able to ask these questions to somebody who can make a difference over there, right? That's all I've got tonight. I was going to do a lot more, but I'm running 2 hours and 30 minutes on this one. I didn't mean to. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anybody's crooked. I'm not saying anybody's this or that. I'm just saying it's big differences. And I'm not implying anything. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together, and I'm showing you that things that would raise eyebrows. So I hope that, y'all can see that. Again, this live was not to throw shade on any other creator. It was just to maybe give, a little more detail into things that were in that certain area of the search area on Light Hollow Road. I hope I showed you that. I hope I showed you some things that maybe put it more into a more visual, more easy to understand and more visual. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. I'm human too. I can't think and put everything into words like I want to all the time either, but just make it just easier to see. That's what I'm looking for there. So thank y'all for being patient with us. Thank y'all for being patient through the break we took. We're going to be answering all those emails and sending out that merch, giving some clarity. Thank you. There we go. Thank you, Sticky. Thank you. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, so yeah, that's all I got. Thank you, Patty Barnett. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia Bishop. Thank you so much. Believe, thank you. Thank you, Lady May. Thank you for laughing at me. See y'all. Thank you, Izzy Pop. Thank you for being a good mod. Thank you to all the mods that were doing such a great job. Thank you, Brianna. Make sure before anything, we don't ask y'all for anything over here. We ask one thing: put your touch DNA on that like button. That helps us. It's a free way to help this channel. I encourage y'all to please do that. I usually ask only one time. Sometimes I don't only ask at all. Share this around if you think it was informative. Appreciate that. Thank you, Scotty Skulls. Thank you again, all the mods, and prayer way out. Dear Lord, thank you for what you do. We ask that you bring more clarity to these cases and bring more, just information on Summer's case, on Michael Vaughn's case, Lord. We ask that you just let these things, with children stop and be stopped before that can happen, Lord. Protect our children, Lord. Let us do things better and be more, just be more proactive on the things that we can do to protect children, and within schools, within daycares, within our own homes, and the way that we watch our children when they're outside. Lord, we ask that we just do our due diligence and be more responsible. Lord, we ask that put law enforcement in the right place at the right time to stop these things and let them be evolving just as much as criminals do. Lord, we ask that you bless us, Lord, and bless everyone who's asking for your mercy, and asking you for help in any kind of situation they might be going through, whether it be financial, health, whatever it is. Lord, we ask that you bless each and every person that's reaching out to you right now, Lord. And God, we ask that you just continue to love us and have faith in us when we don't have faith in you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Guys, that's it. That's all I got tonight. Remember at the end of the day, everybody wants justice, but justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. I guess that's it. We'll catch you on the next one. Till next time, keep on cracking. God bless. And we are out.